They must win to take it into a third game. And Pakistan have this wonderful opportunity of taking out their first triangular series in Australia. Now, this is only 38.2 overs. Shahid Afridi, 53, had a pretty good all-round match. And then Ijaz Ahmed Sr. made 60, Mohan Khan, 38 not out, and Courtney Walsh, 2 for 29. But Pakistan, a hefty win there. They won with 70 balls to spare, and they lead the series 1-0 coming into today's game here at the MCG. Well, as always, it's the
39 out here in the centre at the moment, nudging 40. They say it's not going to go any higher. Well, who knows what's going to happen in Melbourne. It could be -4 by the time we finish this match. The ground temperature, 41 in the centre. So if you go and sit in the middle of the pitch, 41 degrees. That's bad news. Humidity, very low indeed, 22%. The light, well, you can imagine it's very bright here. The pitch looks very dry, but as we said, there's some gremlins underneath the surface. Who knows what will happen? UV factor, well, it's extreme today. You've got to be very careful. The wind, it's the nasty one, out of the north at 20 kilometres an hour. Not only is it hot, it brings the sneezes with it as well. And the players' comfort, well, what can one say? They're going to find it extremely tough. Over to you, Richie.
They certainly are. It might even be tough for the commentators up here. Now, the two teams for today's game. This is the way they look. The West Indies have two changes. They've got Carl Hooper back in and Cameron Cuffey. Now, there's a new one for Australian audiences. Not so new for the Caribbean, where we're going with this telecast. He's a pretty useful fast bowler. Robert Samuels has been made 12th man, and there are no vital changes there in the batting order, except it looks as though Phil Simmons might go a little further down the list and Jimmy Adams just move up a spot. Now, as far as Pakistan are concerned, they're 1-0 in the series. And they too have made two changes. Amir Sohail comes back from suspension. Shahid Nazir comes in, and he's a useful pace bowler. Out, Mujahid Jamshed. Now, he bowled pretty well in Sydney, so I think you can be guaranteed that they've read this pitch to favour the pace bowlers rather than the spinners. Out in the centre of the ground now, we have Ian Chappell, and he has the two captains with him.
We're ready, gentlemen?
Okay. You ready?
Yeah.
Right. Tails. It is. We'll bat. Okay. Good luck. Thank you.
A bit keen to do your batting in the heat rather than your fielding?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it looks quite, looks dry. It's different wicket than the last wicket we played here. So we're playing with three seamers, so we think we should bowl second in this weather.
Right. So you think there'll be a bit more pace and bounce rather than spin here?
Yeah, pace and bowl, a bit of swing as well. And I think we're going to grip a bit as well in second innings. I hope so. Let's see how we go.
And good to have Amir Sohail back?
Yeah, definitely. Good to have Amir back. And he was playing well. And I'm glad Amir is back. He's an experienced player. He can win matches on his own. And that's why he's back in the side.
Okay. Good luck there.
Thank you.
Courtney, Ambrose and Hooper are back in the side, fully fit?
Yeah, Carl feel a lot better today and he decided to give it a go. Curtly is back and couldn't really keep him out of a final, to be quite honest. And he's keen to give it a go. And I think the best thing for us is to get our overs in and get them out of the way. I know it's a bit hot, but at least I know the crooks will have a little more time if they get any more serious injuries today.
The batting collapses have occurred in Sydney, but a bit of a worry?
Yeah, it's a bit of a worry. That's happened twice to us in Sydney, and we just faltered in the middle. We had good starts. Even the second one was even a much better start, and we struggled a lot in the middle of the overs. And Roland and Bish sort of got us out of jail, so to speak. And I'm hoping that doesn't occur again.
Right. Must win. So good luck then.
Must win, definitely. Thanks very much.
Good luck. Wasim Akram of Pakistan has decided to win. He's decided to bat first after winning the toss. Now, 11 times out of 13, the team batting second has won in this series. But remember, today, the team batting second will have fielded in the heat of the day, and the heat here at the MCG does take its toll. Back to you, Rich.
Thanks, Ian. It certainly does, and we'll be back here at the MCG in just a few moments.
He's gone, yes, good catch. Brian Lara knocked it up and caught it in the second grab. A very big breakthrough by Walsh. Afridi didn't look comfortable with the bounce. That was well caught.
A beautiful piece of bowling by Courtney Walsh and an excellent catch there at first slip from Brian Lara. They've read it absolutely perfectly, the West Indies, keeping it outside the off stump and short of a length to Afridi, giving him no room to play that pull shot. Lara went high, knew he couldn't grab it first time, but punched it up in the air and got it on the second grab. An important breakthrough for West Indies. Shahid Afridi, a real dangerman for Pakistan, and now he's gone. Excellent cricket for the West Indies. He's gone with Daddles right behind him. It's 1 for 2.
going very fine, very fast outfield. Goes all the way, variable runs. Greg buys. It's 1 for 6. So Alahi on strike. He needs a big score. He tends to play with the angle bat when trying to glance the ball through the slip cordon. He's had the 150. It's a sweet timer of the ball. I just think he's struggling with the extra bounce in this country. Big responsibility today with the fall of an early wicket. First follow is out for 4, caught behind. He used up 26 deliveries to score 4. That's the region. It's a bit of a worry when you're a top order batsman and you're just struggling for a big innings and you're aware where they're going to bowl to you. Makes it very hard. He's 2 minds whether the player shot or leave it go at the moment. He's obviously keen while the ball's new to make the bowlers bowl to him. I think the line will be just outside the one off stump. There it is, he's gone, yes, beautiful bowling. It was the plan, it worked, Alahi gone, Lara takes another catch, it's 2 for 6.
Oh, it's great disciplined bowling from Courtney Walsh and from Ambrose, but Walsh is getting the wicket at the moment. Again, concentrating on the line and the length, just outside off stump. Now, Alahi goes not forward nor back. He just plays from the crease. Beautiful delivery. He had to play at it, gets the edge, and Lara does the rest at first slip. Bit of a knock on the finger. Won't worry him too much, because Pakistan have lost their 2nd wicket. West Indies really on fire. Pakistan now 2 for 6. Alahi, the 2nd duck of the innings.
Ijaz Ahmed Senior comes to the crease. A wonderful strike rate of 79.3 and an average of 31. But it's obvious that coach Malcolm Marshall had a good talk to his bowlers here, because they're bowling the perfect line to batsmen who like to get onto the front foot. It's a good shot. He's off the mark. So many thanks to our boys in the video van. It'll be very hot there today, but as always, first class. It's 2 for 9. And this man on screen, a danger player for the West Indies. He's had a wonderful summer. He looks extremely fit this year. He's running hard. He's playing a lot of shots. He's like a butcher. He'll carve you up. His stance is interesting. He puts that bat between the 2 feet there, gets balanced. He's checking his guard.
Oh, he's hit that one miles. That's a beautiful shot. It's a long boundary down towards square leg. And it's hit the deck and stopped almost stone dead. And Cuffy, the fieldsman down there, and they've gone for 3. Well, that's the first really aggressive shot we've seen today. He's a pretty aggressive player, Ijaz.
West Indians haven't really been pitching any deliveries up to the batsman at all, and although that wasn't right up to the bat, Ijaz has decided that once it comes anywhere near his 1/3, he's going to play through the line. It's a very attacking field. Lots of spaces out there on the onside and also the offside if you clear mid-off.
In the air and just wide of the mid-off fieldsman. Well, that was a bit unlucky. It could so easily have gone straight to him. The ball's running down towards the fence and it's going to get there as well. Well, it's a long boundary and fours are going to be hard to come by.
Well, anything up, I think the Pakistani batsmen are going to have a go at it. Not very well timed by Amir Sohail, but managed to find a gap through mid-off. Man at mid-off is not as straight as he could be, so finding the gap down to long off.
Oh, that's a good shot. He's got onto that one. Short outside off stump. It's running away down towards the fence, and that'll go into the fence for 4. Well, this is what they've been waiting for. Walsh and Ambrose have bowled superbly, and now Amir Sohail and Ijaz are going to try and take advantage of the inexperienced Cuffy. Short outside off stump. It was asking to be hit, that one, and it was. In the commentary box now, it's going to be Ian Chappell and Richie Benno.
Thanks, Tony. Hello to all of our viewers. Certainly what the batsman will be looking for. And caught on that occasion. Amir Sohail trying to go over the top once again, and he just holds out to Brian Lara, who has been the ace catcher for the West Indies so far in this innings, getting all 3.
Two of them at slip, and this one out at cover point. Certainly wasn't off the meat of the bat there from Amir Sohail. It dollied away there to Lara, who took it quite comfortably. A wicket for Cameron Cuffy, bowler for whom West Indies had high hopes at one stage, and then he just fell away a little bit. Now he has the wicket, and it's 3 for 38.
Matchless.
Would you like me to seduce you?
Batting at number 5 for Pakistan. He has been opening of late. Throughout this series, he's had trouble with the pull shot. I think you'll find that the West Indies will test him out on this pitch where there's a little bit of bounce. He's been caught mistiming pulls on at least 3 occasions in this series. Amir Sohail, on this occasion, he mistimed an attempted lofted cover drive straight into the hands of Brian Lara.
The ambition was there to get it away over the infield.
Yes, the West Indies have bowled very tidily, and in addition to that, they've picked up wickets. Courtney Walsh starting things very well for the West Indies, getting rid of Afridi and Zahur, both for ducks. And then after a partnership of 32, he dismissed Amir Sohail. Sohail, who'd been batting for just over an hour, he just hit a boundary, the previous delivery before he got out. And I think perhaps looking for a few more boundaries, because on a really hot day here at the MCG, if you've got to run a lot, it really saps your strength. So I think he was looking for a few boundaries. Courtney Walsh got the West Indies off on the right foot in a match that they have to win. These are the 2 ducks for Pakistan. Brian Lara taking both the catches, both deliveries being just short outside the off stump and rising. So the captain really setting a good example for his team. Excellent shot from Inzamam. A couple of boundaries in this over, but they lost a wicket. It's 3 for 42.
Three for 49 at the moment. A disastrous start for the Pakistan side. Walsh picking up 2 wickets. Those 2 batsmen, Afridi and Zahur, making ducks. There is just a little bit of turn there for Carl Hooper. His topspin has been getting a bit of bounce as well. So he'll be important in the West Indian side of things. Bear in mind too that Pakistan have left out Mushtaq Ahmed, the leg spinner. On the basis that even though there will be some spin there, it's likely to favour the pace bowlers just a little more. Shahid Nazir, the pace bowler, young pace bowler, is in the side.
And just watch Carl Hooper here and you'll get an idea of the shin soreness that he's suffering from. He pulls up very quickly.
Interesting backup bowler. I mentioned earlier he's been around for a while, but he's the sort of backup the West Indies need at the moment.
Chance here at the non-strikers end, and they've got another chance because the batsmen are now both down the same end, and it's going to be a matter for the umpires to sort out who is out. Ijaz is well and truly in the crease. He's past Inzamam, but did Inzamam move out of his crease? This will be interesting.
They're both hanging on grimly. Might need the third umpire, which Peter Parker should call for. He's the man at square leg. He should be having a quick word with the third umpire just to see what happened at the far end.
Carl Hooper actually fired his return, not realising that both men were stranded. And he had a shot at the stumps. And then the West Indies realised that they had another attempt. Now, Inzamam has actually moved out of his crease. Now, Ijaz may well have beaten him, and Inzamam could be the man to go. Umpire Randall was in very good position to make the call. He was actually watching the ball. He was there so early. I think the fact that Inzamam moved out of his crease may count against him. Ijaz really never ever stopped. And they're sending Inzamam on his way. Ijaz nods. He says, yes, you're right. Very good decision.
In fact, it was the first time in about 2 minutes, 29 seconds that Ijaz had smiled. Inzamam's none too pleased about it. We'll come back to the MCG in just a few moments. It's 4 for 53.
Lim is the new batsman after that real mix-up.
Through the vacant slip area and down to the boundary, 4 runs. They have been few and far between. That's one way of getting them.
Yes, that's a little lucky.
What's he telling us?
That we'll never catch him. What's he gonna think when I...
It's a good shot, and it's beaten the field. Showing Campbell a desperate dive, but can't cut it off. But his problems in the field. In fact, that was Roland Holler. Sherwin Campbell did the cleaning up. Just bobbled on him a little bit. A desperate dive, loses the sunglasses. Almost stood on them. Run rate starting to climb slightly at the halfway mark at the conclusion of this over. So we're 74 on the board. You've got to think that 170, 180 to 200 is a good score at this stage. That's a good shot. That'll beat the man at backward square and go all the way to the boundary.
He really is a beautiful player of that shot. It tends to go off his bat like lightning. He's so strong. It wasn't that short either. There's a fieldsman back, and you just watch this one fly away off the bat. The fieldsman, I think, for a second thought he might have had it covered, but not for long, because he really does hit him hard. So Simmons obviously now aware that he can't bowl him short.
Now that's a lot better from Phil Simmons. The West Indies have been very disciplined in what they've done with their bowling in terms of their line, and that's the line and length that they've been concentrating on. Anything on the stumps at Simmons' pace is going to provide Ijaz with the opportunity to whip it away on the leg side. He's got to be on off stump. That's a good shot. That's one of the few times Hooper has erred in his length and line outside the off stump. An opportunity to run 4 then, the relay throw coming back. Good placement, good timing.
There's a few more like this and they'll be a little happier. Yes, I'm saying Moeen Khan plus Wasim Akram. 2 players that can make a big difference down the order. They're still to come.
That's going fine. And all the way to the boundary. Ambrose not moving as freely as he'd like. A welcome boundary for Ijaz.
There could well be a third final the way things are going here, and if there is, this is where it'll be played, right here at the MCG, the West Indies versus Pakistan if required. So a win by the West Indies tonight, and this competition, the Carlton United Series, goes to the third match.
Pakistan now 4 for 89.
Melbourne cricket ground. Out to sea. 4 for 92. A very, very hot day. Strong north wind, and must be about 45 degrees in the centre of the Melbourne cricket ground. And I think the West Indies do a good job in the field. The early wickets, they were given a tremendous boost, but Carl Hooper with shin troubles doing a very good job. He's nice and tidy. 7 overs for 26. Ambrose and Walsh were superb with the newborn. Cuffy, I thought, a pretty good job, 1 for 28 off 7. Nicely played. He likes that little nudge around the corner. Chandler does the fielding, but well run.
I think Ijaz Ahmed knows exactly why he didn't want to walk away when Inzaman ul Haq and himself are in the same crease. He's in excellent form and batting well again here.
That's a vital wicket. The ball seaming back a long way. Phil Simmons breaks through.
Phil Simmons knew from a long way out that that was going to be a wicket for himself. He didn't even bother to look back at the umpire. Ball hit the seam, came back in at Ijaz Ahmed. Look at the cut. Ijaz Ahmed getting the bottom edge and through to the wicket keeper. That's it. Finally a wicket. That's the most important wicket at this stage as well. Ijaz Ahmed, who has been batting so well for Pakistan, is 5 for 96.
Pakistan captain Wasim Akram with an excellent strike rate of 90, an average of 15. He's got a lot of overs to bat out here today.
Moeen Khan still to come. Has batted quite well in this tournament so far as well, Moeen Khan. And of course, Sacklin is no slouch at the bat.
Good running.
That is what Courtney Walsh was trying to prevent, the quick singles. That's why he kept the fielders in, trying to force them to go over the top. That was good running. Right angle at which to get the single.
Brilliantly fielded. Magnificent. Jimmy Adams, one of the best of the West Indian fieldsmen. Good catcher, very sound on the ground. This was a great save.
That would have been at least 2 runs.
There's a chance for Jimmy Adams. Hits the stumps to be gone. He just misses. And Wasim Akram would have been run out for the 3rd time. It's 5-100. Carl Hooper bowling his 10th and final over. 9.1 overs, no wicket for 32. And a good job. Obviously not 100% fit.
Does seem to be struggling a bit, Carl Hooper. Not moving around as much in the field and not even following through too much after delivering the ball. Obviously those short shins restricting his movements.
Sweeps fine. Oh, he's gone again. This time, gone. He's out. I think he's running sharp. But again, Wasim Akram. Jimmy Adams doing a great job. And dear, oh dear, oh dear. There was never 2 in that.
There was definitely not 2 runs in that. Jimmy Adams running to his left. He's strong on his left hand, obviously. And that was the perfect throw. Out by a long way.
Bat in the air as well. Didn't give the umpire any doubt about that. What's the bat going over the line? Here comes the bails coming off now. And he's well short. And what a breakthrough. Foolish running, but excellent fielding by Jimmy Adams. Picking up on the run, throwing beautifully. The captain's run out at 6 for 101.
I'm sure Wasim Akram was probably thinking that it was a right-hander running towards the ball and that he'd have to run around it. But Jimmy Adams, a left-hander, didn't have to get around it. And what a throw. Right behind the stumps. Had no chance. It's 6 for 102.
Nice little chip, well played. They should get 3. Marwan Khan, I think, has been one of the key men for Pakistan when they've been in the field. He's been very aggressive behind the stumps with the gloves. He looks very confident with the bat. He's doing for Pakistan what Ian Healy has done for Australia this summer, making runs and keeping well.
And he has not been 100% fit either. Moin Khan has been struggling a bit with his back.
He's gone again. This time he's over the man. That's well timed. That's a good hit. He just whipped that up. That was a glorious stroke. 6 for 112. Walsh looking for a quick breakthrough here. And that's well struck. That might get past him. Well, half a touch there by Cuffy. A good try. It's very well struck. Nice, solid on drive by Young. Wasim there, stands very straight. Cuffy tried hard, got through. He does give it the full face of the bat.
Plays very straight, Mohammed Wasim. That's why the mid-on and mid-off need to be a bit straighter when he's on strike. But Cuffy doing good work there. He was quickly back up on his feet and got to the ball before the man at mid-off.
Samuel's now out on the field. Brian Lara has just gone off. He did look at his finger after he took the second catch. In fact, he caught the first three batsmen in the Pakistan innings. Second one was Zahur, where he looked at his finger. Bill Simmons getting quite a bit of bounce out there. This is the catch that Brian Lara took. Just seemed to dip on him at the last minute. Looked at the end of his fingers. And maybe that's the reason why he's gone off the field. Just through the hands there of mid-wicket. Now it's a very long run. Man has got to come from deep backward square to mid-wicket. Moen is just jogging through for an easy 4, making deference to the heat. It's 6 for 130. Moen's looking for 2 again. That's well run. He's a speedster.
Good piece of fielding here. Just have a look at how Mohammed Wasim doesn't realise the ball's coming in. A direct hit there might have had him in a bit of trouble.
Very good sweep shot. Intentionally swept fine. This is a valuable innings from Moen Khan.
He knew where the field was. Got the left foot in place and really made an effort to get that very, very fine. Right in the screws. 26 from just 27 balls. Certainly has been the innings that could win the match for Pakistan.
It was Moen Khan who finished off the first final in grand style. Hit a 4 and then a huge 6 to win the match. And he's gone now. Phil Simmons lurking there at backward point. That ball just bouncing a little bit, catching the top edge. Moen Khan is most annoyed with himself. Jimmy Adams has struck in his first over. Adams isn't convinced that it was good bowling, but I bet his captain thinks otherwise. Pakistan 7 for 137 as drinks come onto the field. Who's been one of the great successes for Pakistan on this tour with his bowling. He's a much improved batsman, Cameron Cuffy, who has been flown out to join the team. Brought into the 11 today, and he's now on at the southern end, having bowled 7 overs for 28. But a very good tour of Sri Lanka, and that was with the West Indies A side. Performed extremely well on that tour.
And a good start for him, right on the money once again. He just looks like he rolls the fingers across the ball in a leg-cutting style, and you can see that delivery there leaving the right-hander. A very, very good delivery indeed.
I suppose Cameron Cuffey, if he bowls well in this final series, then gives himself an opportunity to play in the Adelaide Test.
Just have a look at the action. There's the grip there. And we'll see if he rolls the fingers as he bowls it. No, straight down that time. Seam not straight up and down. And a nice high action right over the top. And once again, some movement away from Saqlain Mushtaq.
Kirtley is back in form, as he showed he was here in the last test, the one in Melbourne. Have a go. Oh, beautifully fielded, and it must have missed by a whisker.
Yes, but it missed, and it would have been out by miles. Have a look at this. He lines it up. Plenty of time to do this. He's looking at all the stumps, and the batsman wasn't even in the picture. So another miss. We've seen a few of these misses in the last few matches. The direct hits just going astray when one considers how much work goes into it. The West Indies, for example, were out here early this morning, and they really were practicing throwing at one stump. Did it for at least a half an hour. Comes nudge down to third man, another single. So they really are coming thick and fast now that they've got two singles in and over of Ambrose. He's been so mean, and the other thing about his bowling is that they have not got anything other than a one off him. They've all come in singles. There's been no fours, twos, threes.
Ambrose came back to form, bang in form for the test match here in Melbourne. Coming up to Adelaide, that match is starting on Saturday, 25-29 January. Tickets at BAS 131246. It could be the cruncher as well as the decider for the Frank Worrell Trophy.
In the air and wide of both of them. It went flying past Ambrose and also beat mid off. Chandapal way to his right. I tell you what, he got some bat on this one.
So he's given that a tremendous belt and received approbation from the more experienced member of the partnership out there. Saqlain Mushtaq is the older of the two. Mohammad Wasim is captain of the under-19 side, or was captain of the under-19 side.
Dawes got him. Caught behind, no doubt about that. That was a huge nick and a big deflection. Nicely taken by Murray again. Well, so Cuffey has got himself a wicket here. Let's have a look at it again. Outside off stump. It seemed to me that he chased it a little bit. There's not much movement off the wicket there, but a big deflection. So another catch taken by Junior Murray. Saqlain out to 4-4. It's 8 for 154. Here's the new batsman. He's the number 10 in this lineup. Oh, he's had a go at that one, and it's spooned over the top of backward point. It was pretty well up there, and I think Waqar Yunus has decided, well, with all these fieldsmen up, I might as well have a go.
He's quite a good hitter. I've seen him play exactly that way in a test match where he was instrumental in Pakistan winning with Wasim Akram at Lord's a few years ago. Came out and just blazed away from the start, and they only had to make about 135, 140, and they were 8 for 91 when he came in, and he blazed them to victory. Whether he can do it here on a much more bouncy pitch, and against high-class fast bowlers is another matter.
He took the point and pushed him back just in case he tried it again. I suppose the other advantage he's got is being a really fast bowler. His opposition fast bowlers, initially you're going to keep it relatively well pitched up to him.
There'll be a few Australian cricketers who are going down to Adelaide for that test. We'll be watching with great interest here. Because although Kirtley keeps saying, and others keep saying about him, that he's got a hamstring problem, now he's got a groin problem as well. He seems to me to be moving with reasonable freedom. And not only that, but he's just castled it with what you might correctly term a brilliant Yorker.
Yes, well, he's just squared up, hasn't he? He's rushed in there and bowled it dead straight and well up there, and really Waqar wasn't equal to the task. Just watch this again, right up in the block hole, and well, I think he was worried about his toes there, wasn't he, more than anything else. And Waqar did exactly the same to him. Got him first ball on Saturday night, so it's 1-all. 9 for 159. Shahid Nazir, right-hand batsman, and a strike rate of 89. Not a bad combination. He's got that one away, and he'll get. Talked about how relaxed the Pakistanis are. The West Indians pretty relaxed too, especially Brian Lara. Here we are. His legs are a bit passive there. He needs to. Yes, he needs to get that.
Yeah, there was a former England cricketer, Brian Close, who actually played serious golf, left and right hand. Anything Closey? And I said to him one day, which way did he play better? It didn't matter, son, he said. Didn't matter at all. I'm great at both.
Well, that's in the air, and it's going to go. No, he's got him. That's a good catch. Well, he's a good cricketer, Jimmy Adams. He really is. He's a very good outfielder, good with the arm, and that's an example of a well-judged catch. It was over the top of his head. He didn't panic at all, kept his eye on the ball, and went after it and made the catch, no trouble at all. Have another look at it here. Whacked away on the offside, was high, that one. It went over the top of his head. Watch him go. Watch him keep his eye on the ball here, and no trouble at all. And Ambrose, well, he certainly deserves a wicket. Another one, in fact, so that's 2 for 17. There it is again. Got him.
Jimmy Adams is going pretty well. He came on, picked up the wicket, very important one, when he bowled his first over. That was Mohan Khan, who just made 26. Then he was responsible for the run out of Wasim Akram. It's been a good day so far for him. 165, the final score, and the star, if you can class 41 as being a star, Mohammad Wasim with 41. Jimmy Adams did very well for the West Indies, but they looked a good team today on the bouncy pitch. Gave a good account of themselves out there. They still have to make 166 to win, and that's been shown occasionally down here to be quite a...
To ensure that we will have a third final at a run rate of 3.32 per over. And it's a very good evening to Michael Holding. A great opportunity for West Indies.
And hello to the other viewers. That it might not be evening where you are. It might be very early in the morning in the Caribbean, of course. But certainly a very good opportunity here for the West Indies to win this game and even the series 1-all and head on for Wednesday. And Pakistan certainly will realize that they've got to bowl this West Indies team out. Whenever you make scores below 180, 190, you know you have got to bowl the opposition out. No chance of restricting them in 50 overs to make less than that.
Sherwin Campbell and Junior Murray, who have done a pretty good job for West Indies in recent times, opening the batting now, and they're facing the Pakistan captain Wasim Akram, who's opening the bowling. Straight away a wide called by umpire Parker. Leg side a wide, but some early signs that things might not be too good for West Indies.
Well, Wasim Akram will be disappointed with the fact that he has already bowled a wide, but he'll be happy about the movement.
Junior Murray opening the batting with Sherwin Campbell. Special moment for him today. He is 29 and he would dearly love to make it a very special day and steer West Indies to the victory. Happy birthday to Junior Murray. He's been in very, very good form in recent times. He's an attacking player, likes to hit the ball over the top, and that's what's required chasing this total today. Some aggressive batting. And there's an appeal now as to whether, and he's been gone, as to whether he has stood on the stump in playing a back foot defensive stroke. Sherwin Campbell, as we know, does go back a long way, bats from inside the crease, and in playing that one away, he has stood on the stump and has been given out.
Well, I think Sherwin Campbell has walked off without even waiting on the umpire to decide what has happened. There he goes. Then when he's starting the run, he steps back, which is a similar thing to what happened with Brian Lara, and certainly that is not out. But Sherwin Campbell has decided to leave the ground. Exactly why? Well, he has left, but as far as the playing conditions are concerned, the rule says that is not out.
It's 1 for 3. West Indies off to a terrible start. This has certainly opened up the match here at the start. Junior Murray is about to face Waqar Yunus. And a bigger shout for LBW, and he's gone. West Indies have lost their second wicket. Waqar Yunus, from his very first ball, has taken the prize wicket of Junior Murray. LBW.
Well, Pakistan are certainly on fire. This was a very good delivery from Waqar Yunus. The ball certainly doing a lot. Whether it would have hit the off stump is another matter. It was an outswinger. We are accustomed to seeing Waqar Yunus swinging that ball into the right-hander. That one pitched and was going away. Whether it would have hit the off stump, well, the umpires thought that it would have. Junior Murray goes back. No runs on the tins for him on this occasion after he had been batting so well. It's 2 for 3.
Shivnarine Chanderpaul is the new batsman for West Indies. They've lost their second wicket. Chasing 166 for victory and to stay alive in the series. They couldn't have made a worse start. Now you can make that 8 because Lara has played a beautiful square drive off Waqar, who has started in sensational form. The first wicket to go fell with no runs on the board. It was Wasim Akram bowling. Sherwin Campbell was the batsman. And he was out, hit wicket, going for a run there. Now, deemed to be out, hit wicket. In fact, he just walked off the ground. Next to go was Junior Murray, LBW. First ball from Waqar Yunus in his opening over. He was out for a duck. So, West Indies, 2 for 8. Big appeal for LBW. That must have been very, very close. Akram cannot believe it. 4 off the over, 2 for 12. Good shot. It's racing out towards the boundary. And it's going to go all the way, so 4 runs. Chanderpaul, a very sweet timer of the ball, very wristy player. Down the gap beautifully.
Shivnarine Chanderpaul certainly believes that whenever the ball is coming into him, he has a good chance of playing it through the onside. He prefers it coming into him than away. And as that one ducked in towards his legs, he just flicked it through the mid-wicket region. In the air for some time, but pretty big gap out there. And that gap is about to be plugged. Wasim Akram deciding that he no longer needs 2 slips to Shivnarine Chandrapal, and the second catcher is coming into the short mid-wicket region.
That's going very fine and all the way to the boundary once again. We'll wait to see what the umpire calls it. And it's going to be leg byes. Waqar Yunus straying down the leg side of Chandrapal. He is very strong in that area. He's already hit one boundary off the front foot through mid-wicket. Looking to flick that square once again. Catches the thigh pad, 4 more.
That's close again. He's forward this time. Last time he was back.
I think you'll find there the bowler asked Peter Parker if he got an inside edge on it. Might have just hit him outside the line of off stump, and he's asking there, the umpire, did it just flick the bat?
There's Brian Lara thinking, because he's swinging it away, he's moving it back in, he's got this quick arm action, and he's at you all the time. Here's the peel. Let's have a good look at this. Don't think he got an edge. I think he just beat him, but I think he certainly was outside the line of the off stump. And he was forward as well. Great appeal. He's the second one he's had from Brian Lara. Again, this time he's testing umpire Parker. He's forward again. This is magnificent bowling.
Yes, he knows that get this man out and then Pakistan have got a chance. Well, that's pretty close, that one. Well, 3 times and he still hasn't been lucky. But Brian Lara wouldn't want to get hit again, I don't think.
That's a beautiful spell of bowling. Over. It's 2 for 20. What I feel is the world's best bowling action at the moment, Wasim Akram. It's well played by Brian Lara. This time he beats the man at square. He'll pick up at least 2. Waqar Yunus, the fieldsman. But Wasim Akram, I don't think he ever bowls 2 balls exactly the same. And he's attacking all the time. He can swing it late. He can't bowl the bouncer in the one-day games. The batsmen know they can get onto the front foot, but he still beats them. Late swing and variation, change of pace.
Listen, when you think that he's performing under a bit of difficulty because he's had a bit of a shoulder problem for a while. Waqar, his partner, had to miss a couple of games because of a similar sort of injury. But Wasim, being the captain, had to play through it, and he's still troubling the best batsman in the world.
He's still enjoying his captaincy as well. He has had a great tour. Over the top. That's pretty well played. He got plenty of bat on that one. This is a great battle. Lara versus Wasim Akram.
Wasim Akram tested him out with the short one on that occasion, just banged it in a little bit shorter, trying to get it up around about chest height, as Courtney Walsh did a lot of times in the Pakistan innings. Lara not so sure that it was an intentional shot. I think it was just a top edge.
Earlier today, Wasim Akram won the toss. It was around about 40 degrees in the centre. He elected to bat. And away to a terrible start. Afridi and Zahoor out for a duck. Walsh by a superb line. Ijaz fought hard for 45, Wasim 41, and Moen, Little Gem 26. But they were bowled out in the 49th over for 165. Got in! Beautiful bowling and a wonderful, wonderful catch. Moen Khan having a great summer, and that great bowler picks up Chandrapal.
Well, that's what he's been trying for, trying to hit the edge. The Pakistan flag is flying, and they really have given their supporters some thrilling moments this summer. Thick edge there from Chandrapal and a very acrobatic catch that could well have gone between first and second slip. But Moen got there first, He's doing a terrific job for Pakistan, as is the skipper. And the West Indies are 3 for 31.
Carl Hooper with a magnificent strike rate of 74. Having a good summer, an average of 34, but not all that fit. Got shin soreness, bowled a good 10 overs this afternoon, comes out with 3 for 31, and he's facing Wasim Akram in great form.
Thick edge here as Chanderpaul chased a delivery that just moved away late on him. What a good catch from Moeen Khan. You can't believe that this is the same wicketkeeper who was out here last summer and couldn't get his feet moving at all. This season he's diving around all over the place and he's got his feet moving, his confidence is up. That's a very good catch because as you see there, at best Inzamam would have got it on the left hand. So it was somewhere between first and second slip.
Superb bowling, excellent catching, and this crowd buzzing here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. It's a very hot night. The shades just starting to take over. It'll be a very pleasant evening for this day-night final. And they're seeing a wonderful bowler showing all the skills of the trade. It's a joy to watch.
Or he's fired.
In the air, he's got another one!
And then going away, but Carl Hooper was the second of those 2 wickets to fall in that over, and the first one was Shivnarine Chanderpaul, brilliantly caught by Moeen. He chased that one, perhaps moved away a little off the seam. Good catch from the keeper.
Brian Lara at the other end.
And the second wicket in that over for the Pakistan skipper. Beautifully directed, made Hooper play at it. That's the second ball he's facing. It's not so easy to fend those down to ground when you've just arrived at the crease. And Wasim Akram was shrewd enough to have the man in there as well. So tremendous over there from Wasim Akram. Double wicket maiden.
So it was superb cricket by the Pakistan captain, and it's put the West Indies on the back foot.
This would be if the Pakistan captain has pulled a muscle of sorts. 7 overs, 3 for 17, his figures. Oh, bowled, and that's a big appeal. He's given him out too. He doesn't think he's hit it, I don't think. Well, that must have nipped back a long way. It hit the inside edge, and it then deflected back to the wicketkeeper, and so another one has fallen.
Well, Jimmy Adams was throwing his arms and his bat and everything up in the air to indicate to the umpire there's no way in the world I got to touch on that. He seemed to do it very hurriedly, and that may be why. It looked as though I'd got the inside edge. Certainly those behind the wicket and the bowler were in absolutely no doubt. There I was just a minute or two ago, sitting back in the commentary box minding my own business, and now it's 5 for 32.
Bill Simmons is the new batsman. Hot foot out of South Africa, brought into the side because of the injury problems, and boy, has he been thrown into the deep end. He's out there because of this one. Yes, I think it did hit the inside edge. Just watch his head go. Little nick there, and watch his head go around. Swung around to see what had happened to the ball. It was taken all right. Moeen Khan is having a great game as well. What a little wicketkeeper he is. Wicketkeeper batsman. There we go. Seam up, just nip back a little bit. Faint little nick. And through to the keeper. Up goes Moeen, and that's the end of Jimmy Adams. Out for 1.
Waqar Yunus will be keyed up out there. He'll know that his bowling partner, Wasim Akram, and his skipper is off the field. Waqar Yunus himself is carrying a bit of an injury there underneath that plaster. An extra man back now for the pull shot or the miscued hook.
Yes, he's really trying to set him up, isn't he? He moved one just a little deeper first, then charged in and bowled him one pretty well pitched up. Then he took his backward square leg out and moved him back to the boundary. And then this is the ball he bowled right up there again. Obviously trying to get Lara to think about the short delivery. Real games of cat and mouse being played out there at the moment. Waqar Yunus calling for a few changes to his field and getting exactly as he wants at the moment. Lara on strike again.
Pick up a couple there. Might even get three if Lara's fast enough to go back. No, two will do. Yeah, cat and mouse. And that's what happened to Waqar's nose, I believe.
Yeah, apparently a little bit of plaster that he's got on his nose there as a result of being overly friendly to a cat. Probably a cat of a friend. The feature really, though, has been the ability of the Pakistan bowlers to take wickets. Only 17 overs have been bowled in this innings, and it's 5 for 41. Those really are great figures. Akram 3 for 17, Waqar 1 for 13, and Nazir 1 for 7. So they've all taken a wicket. Holder, Ambrose, Walsh, and Cuffy to come. Short. Well, just for a second it looked as if it had carried, but it was just short.
It was a terrific effort from the fielder, young Shahid Afridi. Had to go sideways and forward as well. It's just a question of did he manage to get far enough? No, it was bounced in front of him, but he wouldn't have been absolutely certain how fast it was coming at him. He picked it up off the hip. It's a good fielder.
Got him, he's dragged it back onto the stumps. Another naught for Simmons. Well, what a blow that is. He's trying to cut that one away on the offside, dragged it back onto the stumps. And the West Indians have now lost another one.
The significant thing to come out of that dismissal is that Brian Lara will have to change his tactics now. He was assuming that Simmons was going to stay with him, and he was playing carefully without taking any risks. Now Simmons is gone at 6 for 41. Lara will have to take charge and try to drive West Indies to victory. Not going to be easy. Simmons gone, bowled by Shahid Nazar. Hasn't made any runs. And the West Indies are deep in trouble at 6 for 41.
Phil Simmons, who was bowled by Shahid Nazir. This is it. Over the wicket he went, and a big inside edge there, trying to get that one away. It wasn't quite there for the cut shot. Dragged it back onto the stumps. And that's his second duck in two matches. Just nudged away on the onside, and in the commentary box now it's going to be Ian Chappell and Michael Holder.
Thank you very much, Tony. Well, it's been a good performance from young Shahid, getting his second wicket. That of Phil Simmons, the underneath edge down onto the stumps. So in effect a pair for Phil Simmons. Got a duck in the first final and now a duck in this match, and flown out here especially to bolster the West Indies side with injuries. Phil Simmons hasn't been a success with the bat. So it's 6 for 42. Now, if you look at the batting order there, Richie Benno was saying that Brian Lara is going to have to change his tactics. Well, he's dead right, because Roland Holder is a good batsman, but then the last three, well, if you've got somebody batting behind Courtney Walsh, you must assume he's not much of a player. And he caught Moen again. He's diving all over the place. So Shahid has now got his third wicket. They've got Brian Lara, and surely now they've got this final series wrapped up. Not a great time for you to join us, Michael.
Not really, Ian. But Shahid Nazir is a happy man. He has bowled very well. He has maintained a perfect line and length, whether it has been a left-hander or a right-hander. There we see Brian Lara just fishing at that one outside the off stump, and Moen Khan taking a brilliant catch. Who was saying that he had a bad back? That's not the action of a man with a bad back. That was brilliant. And Pakistan, well, I'm sure they have started to celebrate here at the MCG, in Lahore, in Karachi, and all over Pakistan. It's 7 for 42.
I don't want to dob you in, but it's only 5 minutes ago, Michael, you were saying 1-all. Are you still saying 1-all?
1-all, Chapelli, at the school that I went to. Fortis Cadere non-protest meant the brave may fall but never yield. It's not over yet.
Well, I've got to agree that you're brave, Michael. 124 remaining, 3 wickets in hand. And Pakistan are rampant. The pace bowlers have done it tonight. So often this summer their spinners have done it. But really it has been a terrific team performance by Pakistan throughout this Carlton United series. Wide will be called by umpire Randall. Shahid has delivered a few of those, but he's got 3 wickets. That's what really matters. 3 for 9. The Windies have got plenty of support here at the MCG. They're going to need every bit of it. With Pakistan well and truly on top at the moment. Afridi is in everything at the moment.
Not many runs available to the West Indies at this time, but leg by. Anything that puts another one on the tin, so it's always welcome. It's a good throw from Shahid Afridi.
The West Indies have at least avoided the lowest total in one-day internationals.
Catch it!
Shouts of catch it, but it's just away from backward point and will reach the boundary. That's what Curtly Ambrose has got to do, and along the way he's going to need a bit of fortune.
And that's exactly what Wasim Akram has been hoping for. He kept the mid on and the mid off up, looking for Curtly Ambrose to go over the top. That's what he tried to do. In the end, he got 4 runs. But not exactly where he intended.
Big shout from Shahid. Curtly Ambrose quick to get away from the scene of the crime. Just trying to confuse the umpire.
Shahid is pitching those balls just outside the line of leg stump. That's why he's not going to be getting a positive response from umpire Randall for those LBW shouts.
It's 7 for 53.
ESPN brings you...
12th man is on. Jazz.
Yes! It's a good shot. Hold up on the gap. It's running fast. Ambrose comes back for the third. It's a fine shot from Roland Holder. With the spin.
This was just a shortish delivery outside off stump. It was nicely played into the gap.
Goes a big hit going down. The green man's coming around. He won't get it. Bounces into the side screens. Good straight hit by Carlton Ambrose.
Yes, his partner came down the pitch and said, well played. And then perhaps he said, no, you don't have to really go berserk here. Just watch it. This was a good hit. Dead straight. If you can keep hitting him dead straight, with the fieldsman wide at mid-off and mid-on, well, then he's going to be okay.
Gone! Dropped! Well, it went straight to the captain. Beautifully bowled. He put it down. I think he should have caught that. Didn't seem to go too quickly.
Oh, I tell you what, this went fast. It really went quickly. He had a go to win up as well, and he got his hands to it and was gone.
Got in! No, says umpire, while the bowling wicketkeeper were confident.
Well, he was round the back of Ambrose in a flash mown car, and there was certainly a double noise. I think he probably hit his leg. Just have a look at this, see if we can pick it. Well, there were two noises, that's for sure. So there's no question as to whether the catch was taken. See if we can pick up.
Catch it! That one was off a leading edge. Didn't carry.
Well, it really looked as if it came off the inside edge of the bat.
Oh, another one in the air. This time he gets it away for a single down and long on. That pad's always very difficult for the umpires. But, certainly that looked very close to an inside edge, but here's the last delivery. It's wide of a Freedy.
Some running repairs to Curtly Ambrose here. The trainer, Dennis Waite, is out on the ground, and he has been in some discomfort for 4 or 5 overs now. And there you see Roland Holder calling for a runner for Ambrose. There has been some problem with his hamstring, but just in recent overs we've seen him do a different sort of stretch. You can see him there just pulling the leg up behind himself, which is indicating there may be a problem with the muscle at the front of the leg, the quadricep. It can sometimes happen when you're compensating for other things. That was the chance to Wasim Akram at first slip.
It's one the Pakistanis will be ruining at the moment. Now, Dennis Waite, the physio, is out there to talk with Ambrose. There'll be all sorts of things will have caught the eyes of Australians around the country, and West Indians as well, in this match. The first one was how well Ambrose bowled and how little trouble he seemed to be having in his bowling with the hamstring problem and the groin problem that had surfaced just a few days ago. But he got through okay, and I thought bowled magnificently. That would have caught the eyes of the Australian players watching, and so will this, the fact that there's a runner coming out on the field, and that would indicate with a very short space of time between now and Saturday's test match that it'll be a real battle to get Curtly back on the park.
Well, it's a case of the lights are out and nobody's home. West Indies Pakistan at the moment. Unbelievable. Lots of flashes you can see there from patrons taking photographs. Players are still out on the ground. Unbelievable scenes.
Lahore for the World Cup final when there were problems with the lights. But nothing quite like this.
ESPN Sports Basics. Let's take a look into the rules of the NBA. An